Next on Worcester News tonight, a slow start to the flu season in central Massachusetts, why doctors are warning patients to get the vaccine. Plus, the holiday season is near, and one local college fraternity is already gearing up for its annual Thanksgiving fundraiser. But right now in Worcester, we are queued up for rain tonight and heavy winds tomorrow. Good evening, everyone. I'm Brittany Schaefer. We want to get you straight over to meteorologist Tim Kelly to time it all out for us. Tim?
Yeah, last night we got onto the warmer side of the front. Plenty of warmth today. It was raining, then it wasn't raining. It's been fairly breezy. We made it into the 60s. The record for today, by the way, is close to 80 in 1950. So we're in the lower 60s. Right now there are showers around. They're going to tend to get heavier in the middle of the night. It is going to be somewhat frightening around midnight or so. These are thunderstorms coming in, individual cells moving from southwest to northeast at close to 50 miles an hour. That's how much wind there is in the sky, and that means that the thunderstorm gusts can come down more than 50 miles an hour, so we may have damaging storms between, say, 11 p.m. and 4 a.m., and then the heavier weather moves off to our east. We're left with a shifting wind. At 9 o'clock, it's raining to our east, and there are showers with cooler air coming in the afternoon. Temperature falls into the 40s. The sun comes out tomorrow afternoon, but now, even with drier and colder air, the wind is still going to be gusting past 50 miles an hour tomorrow afternoon. We'll take it through a much nicer Sunday in a few minutes.
The Worcester Fire Department is reminding residents to take time to remember an important safety check this weekend while setting their clocks back for daylight savings time. Deputy Fire Chief Martin Dyer says it's an easy time to remember to check smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. He says even the new 10-year sealed batteries should be tested. It may not always last the full 10 years. The Worcester Fire Department is entering their busier season as people start heating their homes more and say smoke detectors save lives.
Your heating equipment, it's the incomplete products of combustion. So during the winter, we really need to be concerned about carbon monoxide. The new, all the materials, the petroleum-based materials in houses now, fires are burning a lot faster and hotter. So that early detection is really, really key to being alerted to the fire and getting out safely.
And clocks will fall back an hour on Sunday, November 4th. The Worcester Public School Committee is looking into whether school lunch and recess times are currently sufficient. The issue was raised during Thursday night's committee meeting after parents voiced concerns the length of lunch periods were not sufficient. Some students say even 5 to 10 minutes added to lunchtime would make a difference. Committee member John Monfredo says each school situation is unique, but having a proper meal is essential to learning.
Having a good nutritious lunch for our children certainly is part of the Worcester Public Schools mantra. So I think every school principal and their staff have to look at it differently and say what is going to be in the best interest of our school and what could we do to accommodate our students.
Monfredo says the superintendent is reaching out to all principals and will report back to the school committee in the next few weeks. The number of flu cases in the area is increasing, but doctors say it's a slow start. They say compared to last year, the virus is similar. Therefore, getting the flu shot will make a big difference. Our Chandler Walsh joins us live now with more. Chandler.
Brittany, it's not too late to get the flu shot. UMass Memorial Medical Center recommends getting it before Thanksgiving, and they say though it's not 100% effective, it will decrease symptoms and chances of being hospitalized. UMass Memorial Medical Center has seen a handful of flu cases so far this season.
1 week where we had 3 patients, but then we haven't seen anything since that.
Dr. Richard Ellison works in the infectious diseases department and says now is the time to get vaccinated.
You want to get it about 2 weeks before the beginning of the season to give the chance for your body to begin to develop antibodies in reaction to in relation to getting the flu shot.
Ellison says the flu season typically picks up mid-December. According to the CDC, there were more than 200,000 positive cases in the United States last season, and Ellison says so far this year seems similar. He recommends getting a flu vaccine each year.
The flu virus changes a little bit every year, and to sort of keep up with the changes with the virus, we need to go and make they may have to make minor adjustments.
For school children, Ellison says there's a greater chance of sharing viruses. Christian Uraka says it's important he teach his 2 kids how to prevent germs from spreading.
When they get home, definitely make sure they wash their hands and teach them that when they go out, grocery shopping, wherever normally would go, sporting events, make sure to wash their hands all the time.
And for kids who aren't fans of shots,
I don't like it when they put the needle.
nasal spray vaccines are back and offer another form of protection. Ellison says these vaccines haven't been recommended the past 2 seasons, but are now more effective.
They couldn't get a good match, and what they're developing was a virus which really didn't grow very well in the nose, so it didn't give protection. So they replaced the one part of that vaccine.
Now, an interesting fact, this fall marks 100 years since the flu season of 1918. Ellison says it was the worst pandemic in history, killing more than 20 million people. Now, of course, there were no antibiotics or intensive care units back then, but it's still one reason people always talk about the flu. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Friday marks the last day of early voting in the state. Residents had the opportunity to mark their ballot 15 days ahead of Election Day. The city of Worcester says this year was a success, with thousands heading to the polls early. The assistant city clerk says it's meant to be more convenient and increase voter numbers. If you haven't voted yet, Election Day is this Tuesday, November 6th. A close call in Sturbridge after a family finds a metal object in their children's Halloween candy. Police say parents should be vigilant, but are also saying there is no threat to the public in this case. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the details. Rosalind?
Brittany, the concerned parent brought the metal object to police, but after investigating, police determined it's from the child's dental work. This is the piece of metal police say a 5-year-old boy found when he bit into a Now and Later candy he got while trick-or-treating.
Kind of a rectangular shape, a little bit larger than the candy itself.
Sturbridge police say the metal is from the child's dental work. They say a Facebook user identified the object and the child's mom confirmed he was missing the piece.
She reported to us that before she handed him the candy, she looked at the piece of candy and it did not appear to be tampered with in any way, and it was all intact.
Other places in Massachusetts have reported tainted candy from Halloween. In Marshfield, a needle was found in a Twizzler. Sturbridge police took the findings seriously before knowing it was from dental work. They are still urging parents to inspect candy before giving it to their children.
Go through any candy that they haven't already gone through and make sure that none of the candy looks like it's been tampered with.
Now, while there is no danger, police say it's still a reminder to be vigilant and report any suspicious candy. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
The Worcester County Sheriff's Department is collecting winter wear for their annual coat drive. This is Sheriff Lou Evangelitis' eighth year doing the drive. He says it's been a big success each year, with thousands of coats collected each time. The coats are then distributed across Worcester County to those less fortunate who need to stay warm this winter. Evangelitis says the need is there every year.
You cannot believe until you've seen it that you could distribute 3,000 or 4,000 coats a year, and then next year come back and the need has not decreased. It's incredible, and so many people have coats that they could make a donation, and I promise you make a difference. If you could only see the faces on those recipients that we provide these coats to, it would make it all worth your while.
Now the drive has collection boxes across the county and are accepting new or lightly used coats. They will be distributed on December 5th and 6th. More than 1,000 families in need will receive Thanksgiving meals this holiday season. A local fraternity is doing its part to make sure everyone gets food for the holidays. Our Olivia Lemon joins us live now with more. Olivia?
Yeah, Brittany, the Lambda Chi Alpha fraternity at WPI has been working with the Friendly House for years on this Thanksgiving food drive. Last year, they collected around 200,000 pounds of food, and this year, they're hoping to get even more. Lambda Chi Alpha members staple flyers to 10,000 shopping bags. Soon, they will be filled with food for people in need.
Leave some non-perishable food out on the porch November 11th if you receive a bag. We're trying to reach to as much of the Worcester community as we can.
This weekend, the brothers are delivering the bags to homes across Worcester. The hope is residents will fill them with items for a Thanksgiving meal.
Cranberry, gravy,
folks want to get some potatoes or carrots and so forth and put it out.
Friendly House and the Fraternity partner every year to support the Thanksgiving food distribution program.
It's a great feeling that we can say that we go amongst our community and we're not just a university, you know. We go amongst the Worcester community, we try to help out people as well.
Last year, we were asked to provide 1,100 baskets for families during the Thanksgiving season and even more during the Christmas season. So for us, it would be impossible for us to go out and buy all of this food.
Friendly House Executive Director Gordon Hargrove says the money families save on a holiday meal can be put towards other expenses.
The reality is cost of living is so high, and if we can save a family $50, $60, $70 during the holiday season, that can go for rent or other expenses.
A Lambda Chi Alpha alum, Hargrove says the food drive shows people fraternities aren't all about partying.
Don't believe everything you read about fraternities because the brothers are working very hard. Plus the fact WPI is not the easiest school and they have to study a great deal.
Now, bags will be dropped off tomorrow and picked up a week from Sunday. The Friendly House says donations can be brought to them directly as well. Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.